Okay, tip number 2, how to build confidence. Develop a skill. Develop a skill. And by the way, I'm speaking from experience. I'm letting you know what has worked for me. I am very confident, and there are many reasons why I could become a completely deflated person, like somebody who has no confidence, totally timid, and not particularly walking with a sense of high self esteem through life. But I'm on the complete opposite end of that spectrum. I'm very confident. One reason why is because I have developed my talent. I've developed a skill, many skills, as a matter of fact, not just one skill. So, why do I say this? Because when we develop a skill or develop a talent, usually that skill should find its roots or be sourced from our talent. Whatever skill we develop should be connected to some talent that we have, whether we know that we have it or not. So, developing a skill may require some exploration, it may take some effort, some investment of time, but I promise you, when you develop a skill and you feel competent, then when you feel competent at something that adds value to your life or somebody else's life, it will develop your confidence. It will add some muscularity to your self esteem. So, this I would recommend. And if you are looking for a Bible reference to check out and study, I recommend the parable of the talents. I believe it's in Matthew. I'll put up the exact scripture reference. By the way, please forgive the dogs barking in the background. There's nothing I can do about that. I try to do my recordings in the wee hours of the morning, but sometimes the dogs are up at this time, or a particular dog in the neighborhood. Anyway, if you'd like to build your confidence, develop a skill. In my case, I have developed many different skills. For example, I'm a poet. I'm a seasoned poet. I've been writing poetry as a hobby and now as a profession since 2001. I became, you could say, a career poet, if I could put it like that. I know that's not a typical kind of phrase that you might hear, but I am a career poet, and I think that the official starting point for that, I would say, would be 2012, when I published my very first book, Rhyme with Reason, Noah's Ark, which is a poetry book or a poetry collection. So, develop a skill. Now, in my case, I have not only developed one skill, I've developed many skills. So, for example, as an author and a self-publishing author, I have learned how to pretty much put my books together independently for the for the main portion of the publishing process or the writing process, the book production process, right up to or right just before the actual publication, because my books are published, at least at this point, on Amazon. And so I am the captain, cook, potato peeler, bottle washer. I'm everything, right? So I do pretty much everything now, connected to producing my books. Initially, I did have some support, and I would like to hail out Catherine, Janine, Kelvin. You know who you are. Some people who were very instrumental in the foundational portions or the foundational stages of me becoming an author and a self-publishing author. I'd like to give Jack his jacket. I'd like to give credit where credit is due and hail out these people. You know who you are. Um, Thank you so much. I could not, I don't think I could have done it without you. And I thank you so much for the generosity and the kindness that you showed to me. So that's another skill that I developed. So I'm a poet, I'm a self publishing author, I've dabbled in photography. I'm an educator. I've done quite a bit of teaching. I've done quite a bit of teaching post university, post my bachelor's. And I mean, informally, I'm not a formally trained teacher, but I don't think you have to be formally trained all the time to be able to wear your badge of honor, if you want to put it like that, to say that you are this or that or the other. Um, what else have I done? I have also become an artist. So these are some of the hats that I wear. I won't go through all of them, but I have developed many different skills. And because I've developed many different skills, and because I know, and because I've developed a certain level of competency, I actually feel very confident about who I am. Why? Because I know that I have a lot to offer the world. I know that I can stand head to head, shoulder to shoulder with the best of the best in several of the areas that I have chosen to master or explore or develop. And so it has built my confidence. So I definitely recommend developing a skill. It can start with a simple hobby. You don't have to dive in completely at first. Try to figure out what you like, what appeals to you, what gets your endorphins going, what makes you feel good on the inside, and then choose one. Start with one. You don't have to do more than one at a time. Focus on one and see if you like it. If you like it, then invest whatever time you can invest particular given your particular life context, how your life is constituted, whether you have a family, whether you have kids, whether you're single, whether you have a very demanding job, or however your life is configured. Find some spaces and gaps in time that you can use to consistently develop a skill. And again, I would direct you to the parable of the talents in, I believe it is the book of Matthew, but I'm going to put it up on the screen. I encourage you to go check it out, study that parable for yourself. If you feel that you don't fully understand it, when you do check it out, if you check it out, you can look for some Bible study aids on YouTube or online, and that should be able to help. So that's it for this video. I hope that you feel inspired to develop a skill. If not, I encourage you to just check out the other videos in this series and find something, at least one thing that you can apply to start feeling better about yourself and better about your life and better about where your future may be leading you. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful. Until next time.